Subcategorization frames with WH movement. It means that we have been talking about subcategorization frames of verb. A verb determines whether it has to take a noun phrase, one noun phrase, two noun phrases, one adjunct, etc. Obligatory elements. Right? So now look at that. How does WH movement take place with that? We must first justify our choice of 22 and 23 as the structure underlying 20 and 21 above. The argument is largely based on the subcategorization of lexical verb. For example, these subcategorization frames can be seen as providing the slot into which to insert the verb. As you can see, assassinate, for example, has the following frame. Assassinate is a verb and it always take a noun phrase. So if there is no phrase, the sentence may not be grammatically correct, right? So the terrorist assassinated the ambassador. So we have sentence, noun phrase, the terrorist, verb phrase, assassinated, and the noun phrase, ambassador. The frame must be realized fully. That is very important. If we make it like this, if we omit the noun phrase, the terrorist assassinated, it will be an incorrect sentence. In the basic sentence in English, the NP, which is the direct object, typically follows the verb. So if the 35 sentence will be incorrect if we move it before the verb. So if we say the terrorist, the ambassador assassinated, this is not possible because assassinated must be followed by a noun phrase, not be preceded by a noun phrase as its direct object. So if you form a yes-no question from the terrorist assassinated the ambassador, you will find the sentence is grammatically only if the noun phrase, which is a direct object, follows the verb as stipulated by the subcategorization frame for assassinated. So did the terrorist assassinate the ambassador? So did the terrorist the ambassador assassinate? That is not possible. Whom did the terrorist assassinate? Yeah. If we put WH question, whom did the terrorist assassinate? Now we can know that it stands as a correct sentence. So whom did the terrorist assassinate? And noun phrase. So actually the place of noun phrase was after assassinate, which was fronted for the requirement of interrogative question, as in WH movement the WH word is moved to the front position. But what happens if we insert a constituent in the apparently empty position? We get, for example, whom did the terrorist assassinate the ambassador? So if we make it like this, if the empty position before the subject is filled with who or whom, this is not possible, right? So the 40 sentence is very important. The terrorist assassinate whom, and now the who is a WH. Now we can be slightly have a simplified, the terrorist assassinate who or whom. So in 42, whom is brought to the initial position. Whom did the terrorist assassinate? So you can see that with whom the do insertion is also made possible in this sentence. So it would be very uneconomical to devise two separate frames for assassinate as 41 and 42 to put who in the initial position and ambassador in the last position after the verb, right? So like NP and VP and NP plus WH word. So or VP, right? Let's assume that assassinate always has the frame NP and VP plus NP. There was a hidden element, as whenever we did not know NP, there was always a WH word. In fact, as I said in the previous topic, that always, whenever we do not know the constituent, subject, verb, object, subject, object, adverb, etc., there are hidden frames of WH. We start from the terrorist, past tense, and whom. So this will be the frame for this. So similarly, we have 47 WH, and then we have the sentence. The movement of WH phrase to the WH slot, obviously the movement frame, may be presented schematically as who or plus WH, which is WH, and the assassinate, we have left the place for it. So it has come from the NP after the assassinate, which is a verb, to the initial position. So let's look at another sentence from another angle. We have a WH sentence. What does the linguistics teach you? So kernel sentence will be simple in declarative sentence. Linguistic teaches you something. Analyze. Linguistic present teach you something. So something is we did not know. Actually, this is the element which is filled with WH word. So WH substitution is made here. Linguistic present teach you and what. Now we make interrogative sentence. So present comes into initial position, present. Linguistic teach you what. Now WH fronting take place. What present. Linguistic teach you. Now we need do support. So what present do linguistic teach you. Now affixes are attached. So what do present linguistic teach you. Do present is does. So what does linguistics teach you. This is how the sentence has come into existence after going through certain transformational stages. So we have seen that WH questions are formed by moving a constituent containing a WH word into WH slot, and WH slots are always there, like who is always in the subject position, where is always in the verb slot, what is always in the word slot, right? So in the front of the sentence and by SAI, subject auxiliary inversion, we with or without do insertion, we make them interrogative sentence. Operation A is the transformation called WH movement. So this operation that we have just discussed is called WH movement. How do we move WH word? First, whenever we do not know any element of the sentence, we know that that is the slot for a WH word, and then we move that WH word to the front position in the direct questions. So this is how WH movement takes place.